folks, apparently there's been a few of you who have been wondering where I've been. Basically, we've all not been very well for the last couple of weeks, and then there was different things going on. So both my father and I have had chest infection. Mum's been in hospital again and still in hospital. We're hoping she'll be out this week, but we don't know. So it's yesterday was the first time that we've actually able to visit her, because it just felt so bad. So that's part of the reason. The weather has played a part as well. We've had quite a few days with rain now, so I couldn't get out. I also felt I've actually done some recordings, but I just felt so bad I never got around to editing them. So I'm going to have to find those, and I'm going to add those after this introduction and that. And then what I'm going to do then is do a further little section of what the garden looks like now, having had all this rain, and how things are starting to grow, seedlings, from the seed what I've sprinkled. But anyway, basically I just wanted to say that I'm still here. I've been struggling with my motivation to do anything, and that was even before I was feeling bad. I think it's because the main part is because I'm worried. I'm worried about what I'm going to do. I'm worried that my mum and dad are coming to the end of their lives, and to me, having always lived with them, it's going to be a shock to my system, and I don't know how I'm going to cope with that, because I haven't really got anyone locally in that to very local to support me, who's got a time and that. So it's kind of, that's been on my mind, and that's stopping me from doing anything, because I think to some extent it's making me feel rather low. And obviously with being ill, I say I've been ill for the last fortnight. I've probably been coming down with it before then, but that was when I noticed it. So it's basically it's affected how thinking I just haven't had the enthusiasm or energy to do things. There's been times where I wanted to, I just couldn't do it. I've got lots of equipment in place, what I've purchased over the last quite a while now. I suppose over the last year really. So I've even got the recorder and that now to record videos and that better, because it's got all the muffler and everything. So I've got the kit, I've got the camcorder, and I've got the cameras and different things for macro, and it's all in place. And I have been sharing photos on my Facebook page. I've got several pages, 2 pages. No, I've got a page for the allotment and garden. I've got one for getting close to nature, and then I've got a couple of Facebook groups for one for general allotments, one for allotments and one for polytunnels basically, and then I've also got a poultry one and stuff, but as I said, just not been up to it. So I am to some extent evaluating where I'm going to go from here, whether I carry on with the allotment or whether I give it up. I just don't know. As I'm sitting in here in my studio, you know, I am at times inspired to do some creative stuff, but it's like there's a fight going on. One side wants to, and the other side doesn't. And at the minute, the side that doesn't is winning. So, you know, there's a lot of thinking involved, and I would like to do things. I just can't do it. I think I need to be settled, and then things will fall in place. So until that happens, I'm kind of building everything up material-wise around me so it's all in place for when I'm feeling better and I can do all these videos. And although I'm not sure about the allotment, because I'm starting to think now, if I'm stuck on my own, then it's pointless me growing all this stuff, because I'm not going to be able to use it myself. So I don't know. But it's something I've had for 6 years, so I don't want to really give it up, but I certainly haven't got the time at the moment looking after my parents. So it's the weeding. I know it only needs a couple of days, but I just can't get a couple of days of freedom to get on top of things. So we'll see how it goes. If I get any problems with the committee and council and that, then that is something I might have to consider giving up. But what I will do for sure, if it did ever come to that, I'd make sure that I've got cuttings and that of my fruit, you know, of my raspberries and my I'd have some spare loganberries potted up and what have you, strawberries. I have got strawberry plants at home here with some runners coming off them, but yeah, that's something I'd have to consider. I think the garden is still on track to be very beautiful, although we've had some heavy rain, and no doubt it's probably knocked a lot of the fruit off the trees and that, and it has flattened some of the poppies and that down, but they were on the way out anyway. They'd flowered, but there's a lot of plants to come next month. I think it'll be July and August are going to be the colourful months. Lots of dahlias and lots of all sorts of flowers what have gone in, so I'm quite excited about that. So I'll probably be filming that. I'll be filming the bees on them, and there will be thousands of photos being taken, which will probably be on my Facebook pages. Now, if you want to see them and you're not on Facebook, I'll probably put them on one of my websites at some point, or I may do a slideshow and stick that up on YouTube. I might even stick some photos up in between the videos, what I do. That might be the best option, to be honest. So yeah, I've got lots of ideas. Just it's finding the energy and the motivation to do it. I'm just looking over here. Nigel helped me last week. No, I don't know when it was. A couple of weeks ago, with the wine, and that's all bottled up. But we've got some more here, but I've got to move on. Right, so I don't think there's anything else to say. I suppose that what I ought to, it's nothing really to do with gardening and stuff, but it's something what you should be aware of. You probably heard it all on the news about malware and viruses and what have you. Just a reminder to make sure you back up all your files and photos, the stuff what's important to you, and not just to one place, to multiple places. We all fall foul to this. We get a backup and we just have one. Now, having experienced it myself, I've actually had a backup fail on me at the same time as a computer, believe it or not, and I lost 500 gigabyte of files and information. So, but having said that, I've been making do with one big hard drive. I finally managed to get another one, so I've got in two places now. Because I'm beginning to realise, although mine's all backed up to the cloud in multiple places, the way things are going with the world, I don't think that's the safest place anymore. I think you've got to make sure you've got a physical presence in several different places, not just in your house, because if there's a fire and that, it's going to all destroy. You've got to make sure you've got it backed up and placed elsewhere, whether it's in the garden shed or whether it's somewhere separate to your living accommodation, so you've always got a place. So there's never too many places basically to back up on. Right, that's it then. I think what we'll do now is I'm going to leave this intro to this. I'm going to tag on the stuff what I've done in the week, and then at the end I'll do another little bit of video, which I'll do now, around the garden, showing you what's happening and what I'm quite excited about. Okay, see you shortly. Hello folks, I just thought I'd let you have a little look around at some of the flowers in the garden. And yes, in case you're wondering, that's a 5 feet high fence. So folks, that's just a little taste of some of the colour, and there's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, many more flowers to come. Just watch this space for end of June to look to August, and I think you'll find there's going to be some lovely flowers here. If you look at the back there, folks, they're the seeds from the lupin starting to form, and they'll all get picked in a few weeks' time, and we'll have our seeds for next year. I was watching the birds earlier, they were all having a good feast. I don't know whether they were picking the insects or what, but they were enjoying the lupins. They've been beautiful. Let's just zoom out, there we are. The poppies got hit by the rain, but there's still some more to come out. Nevertheless, they're still beautiful. I don't know whether we can get in. Can't really see it. Right, maybe you can. Looking at clematis, looks beautiful. Just look at them. They're all at the back. All hiding at the back. There's some serious trimming needed on here this year. Oh, we've got a poppy at the back there. Just having a quick peep at the plum tree. Oh yeah, they're getting quite large. Where are they? Vanished, folks. They're there somewhere. There. There we are. Oh, I'm really poorly at the moment, folks. Got a chest infection. So I got very breathless. I was in so much pain with my back last night. Apparently it's from all the coughing. I got muscle strain. I've not looked at this apple tree for a while. I don't know how the apples are going on it. Oh yeah, I can see. Some there. I've got quite a few on it. This flower bed's still looking fantastic. And look how the dahlias are growing in these pots what I've planted. Everywhere's so dry. I just hadn't got the energy to do any watering the last couple of days, but I will have to get the hoses on everything today, and it should be a colourful year. That's it, folks. Oh, hang on, we've not looked down here, have we? Everything's growing, the dahlias and that are all growing nicely in here. I'm quite surprised that the slugs haven't eaten them totally, because they do cause a lot. They do like the dahlias. It looks as though they're growing. So I think it might be quite colourful in a few weeks' time. I'll say a few weeks, yeah, it'll be a few weeks. Sometime in July, when you'll start, the dahlias should be up to the top of this fence by then, I think. Yep. Okay then, folks. Thanks for watching. Okay, folks. Well, it's a bit windy, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Here's some geraniums which I've yet to move on, and I've got some asters and some dahlias to be planted up, some begonias. I've got some calendulas down there, hiding away down there. So let's have a quick peep, see what's happening in the garden. Right. So if we're looking down here, you can see 1, 2 dahlias there, another one there, another one there, another one there. Basically, all the way along this fence are the taller ones, and then we've got some shorter ones in front, and then we've got things like the geraniums and snapdragons. We've got some carnations hiding over there, which are all growing nicely. 1 or 2 weeds in there now, which dandelions won't need to be taken out. I need to cut off some of this dead growth off the hellebora down there, or whatever it is what's in there. I think it's the, I'm not sure, but anyway. Some of the pots what I've potted up. Oh, am I in my shadow? I am, aren't I? I don't know. Oh well. Yes I am. Let's move over it. There we are. Right. So we've got some cosmos. Very slow to grow these. These are orange ones. Dahlias, a couple of dahlias, and then snapdragons, I believe. Yes, snapdragons. These some more dahlias. These are Bishop's children. There's 4 in there. Carnations. Now they like that trough here. Now these are little seedlings. Now I can't remember what I sowed in here, but they're obviously growing. And then this one here, I believe, is rutabaga. That was a seedling what I put in. That's growing nicely. I've got some marigolds, which never got put in. They're all down there, but they look beautiful anyway, just in the little pots. So they add some colour to the garden. But just look at this, folks. So we've got the, be careful here, we've got the foxgloves. You see how windy it is? Just look at the Sweet Williams. The Sweet Williams have been fantastic this year, absolutely beautiful. And can you see here, we've got a poppy. I believe that's a pop, yeah. And there's some lupins in there, and there's all sorts of other plants what are going to grow. We've got some dahlias at the back what I've planted, so everything should work out nicely. I'm amazed at just how many foxgloves are in here. Oh, they obviously seem to like it. And then, oh, look at that bee. Can we zoom in? I don't know whether it's it there somewhere. Oh, it's flown away. It's flown away, folks. Never mind. Still got some pansies left in here. It's a shame to take them out, so I've just left them. There's a few weeds. Now these are going to look nice. Got dahlias in here, and the idea is they'll grow up these posts here, and I'll be able to tie them back. And the weight of the tub should support them from falling down. So there's 3 lots there, and I just love the flowers from the dahlias. I've never grown them like this before, so it's going to be a learning process, see how they turn out. But worth a try. If you don't try, you never know. You can't always go by what the books say. Now, under the apple tree, you can see I've got a load of suckers I need to cut out again. We've got the geraniums and marigolds. Geranium's a bit slow getting going this year, but then it's not been that warm. I think they'll suddenly bush out at some point, and they'll be really beautiful. You can see that the rain has caused different weeds and that to grow into the pebbles here, so that needs to be all sorted out. I've got a few dahlias left here, Bishop's Children, and then I forgot all about these sweet peas. They really need to go somewhere. And then we've got some lupins left. Oh, and look at that, folks. Now these were grown this year. Right, oh, it's the lights playing tricks on me. Yeah, there we are. So that's going to have flowers on it this year. I wasn't expecting anything. We've got a few more stragglers here which I never got in. These are poppies, but I've put loads in different places. And then Sweet Williams and Bishop's Children, and these are Sweet Williams, I believe. No, not Sweet William. What am I saying? Carnations, folks. Just ignore me. Let's have a peep. We've got a few begonias left down here. And we've got some troughs full of flowers. Don't these look beautiful? Just look at those. The marigolds. What have we got in there? Is that a weed? It's a weed. This is all bushing out, and I've got to have another look at it. We have got snapdragons and calendulas. You can see just there, got a flower on it. Marigolds and geraniums somewhere in there, hiding away somewhere. Asters. And then there's also seeds what I've sprinkled. I don't know what they are, but so we'll just have to see what comes out. Can you notice how, I assume it's caterpillars, what's at that plant at the back there? Just look at that, how it's stripped all the leaves down to the veins. The clematis is looking nice. We thought we'd lost it, but it's recovered. There was a pink poppy in there, which I don't think you've seen on any of the videos. That's now died off. It suffered a lot because a lady, she was digging it over there, but obviously we've got this little fence here now, and which kind of protects the area. We'll come back round here. This is hollyhocks, what are growing up here. And then over here, you can see we've got some Californian poppies, and there's various other plants what are coming up in here. The lupins have been fantastic, but they're going over now. We've got some hiding in here. They've been really lovely. We had about 15 up at one time. You can see what's happened here. These were all standing up, but the rain and that has flattened them. Now these, that's what the seeds are forming. That's these green ones here. Now when they go to a brownie colour, that's when they're ready to be picked, and then you can just squeeze them and take the seeds out. You can see that plant's got quite a few. It did have more, but the sparrows have been pecking at them. Now I've got another one down there, that's all gone to seed as well. So there's quite a lot there. Now, if you ever tried to buy lupin seeds, they're quite expensive. You only get about 20 in a pack. There's probably about, on here, just on those two, and these will all go to seed, all these flower ones afterwards. But just on those two, on that one's got some, there's probably about 80 seeds, maybe more. So it's worth it. They're worth a bit just on the seeds, and then I can grow those again for another year. In fact, I've got quite a lot left from the last time, which I never used. So just look at the daisies. Very beautiful. I've never been one for white flowers really, but I have to say that they do look quite nice with combined with other colours flowers. I'm trying to use every little bit of space. So in here I've got a dahlia, I've got a poppy, I think that's a rutabaga, so there's different ones there. And then we've got some calendulas, and there is, yes, we've got some Californian poppies hiding in there as well, which they'll grow up and give us flowers next year. And there's also some dahlias somewhere in there hiding away. Not sure where, but they're in there. Still got some clematis out here hiding in this area, but most of them are tucked away on the other side. It's not really in the best place for them. This stuff needs to be all cut back. And then let's have a peep around here. And you can see over here I've got a combination of zinnia, asters, geraniums, calendulas. We've got dahlias all at the back there, so there's lots of stuff happening. There's lots of stuff that needs tidying up here. But quite exciting. As you can see, there's lots of apples on the trees. Never did get that tree staked back up, but I'll probably take it back out at some point. Probably get rid of it. It needs all sorting. So that's it, folks. That is basically the little update from the garden after the rains. Lots of beauty to come.